What's up? Shout out to you guys. Alexo Crypto here. Shout out to the Outer Gang. Hope you're all doing well. Jumping into the charts here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. 3 times is a charm. Currently in this ETH trade, given the setup, said when I was entered the trade, 1648, was up 70% at the bottom of this range. And we'll talk about this trade, and also still holding this Matic trade, which is still pretty juicy. I was up 160% in this, but we've taken profits. It's moved back up a little bit, but we have a good entry. Let's see where it goes. Now, let's look at the charts and what is with this death cross, golden cross, amazing cross, crisscross, jump, everybody jump. Throw on the spectacles here. And yes, if we go to the daily, the 50 moving average with the 200 moving average, they are golden crossing, which is supposed to be super duper duper bullish, right? Super duper bullish. And you can go turn on your moving averages and you can go and check this out, but it's happening right now. Can this push price to the moon? Well, guess what? We also have a death cross. 2-for-1 deal. Who's signing up for the 2-for-1 deal? We got the death cross on the weekly. Oh, it is touching. It is ready. It is pushing down. Super duper duper bearish. Now, what is our ideas on time frames? Now, we know from generally speaking that a weekly is much stronger than a daily, but a daily tends to play out quicker, right? Does that make sense? It does to me. It has happened. It has crossed on the daily, which means that we can have some very, very short-term bullish movements, which also means, hi, Mrs. Otter. Yeah, you're cute. Anyways, going back, which means we can have some short-term upside action. Now, I am in 2 shorts on Ethereum and on Matic. Should I take profits and run, or should I not? That is the question. That is the question, because everything tends to move with Bitcoin. Now, if I'm looking at this, what is my thinking on this? Well, first of all, I will be patient and wait to see what's happened, because obviously the Dixie, the dollar, has pumped, right? And if the dollar continues to pump and it gets above this, then it looks like downside for Bitcoin. We've had multiple attempts at this 25K, and we have not been able to get up there. The S&P seems to be riding its way up. Now, when I look at this, I'm going to see a lot of people talking about it. And I think it could move us up. But what I need for my community and for you guys who are new to understand that a death cross on the weekly is a lot stronger over a longer period of time. And we can see that this momentum wave on Market Cipher on the weekly has not really peaked or started curving back over. But we can see that the VWAP is heading straight down. We can see that we had the reversal triangle on the previous week. And we have had a bearish, not engulfing, but a bearish candle nonetheless. After a huge pump, after 6 weeks of pumping. Come on. I think we're due for a retrace, don't you? That's why I'm in these shorts. That's how I got into these shorts. And these setups were given. When I took the trade, I said I'm shorting Ethereum. I'll at everyone next time. But I said it. So, short term, look for a little bit of a push. Long term, look for a little bit of a pullback. Now let's get into the charts and look at where we're at with Bitcoin and where we're potentially going to go, right? Because that's what we always want to know, is where we're going to go. So let's jump into it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're here and you're not participating while appreciate a hello. But if not, I appreciate you being here. We just hit 150 subscribers today. Can we get a round of applause? Thank you to the Otter Gang. We're growing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. 150. Let's get to 200 sooner rather than later. Let's keep growing. Let's keep helping each other, and let's grow this community so that there's more otters and there's more people here helping us be profitable traders. Okay? So, we got this range here. We've been talking about this range for quite a while. We're going to go to the 5-day. We have not gotten a red. We're waiting till this should be printing by Friday, right? So we're waiting on that one. But we do have the red dot on the 3-day, and the 4-day, I did check the other day that the 4-day has the red dot, okay? It hasn't printed yet. We got to wait till Friday to have that print. But it is starting to print a red dot, and it's curving down significantly on the 4-day, right? These are all bearish signs to me. I don't know why there's a fib retracement on my screen. I'm sorry if that's bothering you, because it was bothering me. Now, going down to the daily, we said that money flow was high, and it looks like it's finally coming out. Yes, it is. And we can see that this wave is starting to move downwards, right? This is coming down. Money flow is coming down. Money flow is much more of a long-term indicator, in my opinion. And we can see that the VWAP is bouncing off the 0 line down here, which to me remains bearish. The stochastic RSI, they're both together in the mid-range, which means that we're kind of just following the trend here as well. But there's that cross, so let's be careful because this could push us up. As you can see, we do have a green candle, or in my case, an orange candle. And if that confuses you, well, I'm sorry, but these are my colors, channel colors, and you know what? It makes it, I get too excited when I see a red or a green candle. I see like, boom, we're going to the moon, or I see, boom, we're going down to the basement. So this keeps me pretty even keel. It's all about managing your mindset when trading. So I'm going to turn off these EMAs. I'm going to get rid of this. I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that these are very significant moves. If you want to look in the past, you can look in the past and see that when they have happened in the past, they have brought us up, not immediately. Not, a golden cross has not brought us over immediately, but it has brought us up eventually. It is very much a starting point to a bullish run. Okay? The death cross, I don't believe, has ever happened on the weekly. So that could be very detrimental to the price of Bitcoin. Shout out to everybody who's going to work every day. I'm a carpenter by trade. My name's Alex. I'm grateful to be here. I'm trying to bring you what I've learned from the charts on a daily basis. Just trying to teach so that I can help other people become successful, profitable traders, because we're all here trying to extract some profits from the market, and it's not easy, but I can relate because I totally know where you're coming from. I'm a carpenter by trade, swinging a hammer all day, chipping concrete. I was forming today a hob, which is like a curb for some remediation work, which is to prevent water from entering the building. It was kind of hard work today, but you know, I come home, I shower, I jump on the charts, I do some analysis, and I try to get you that every single day just to show you that it is possible to create some sort of passive income, help other people become profitable traders so that we can all grow together. So thank you so much for the 150 subs. I really appreciate you guys. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the community, and I appreciate everything that you guys stand for and are doing, because without you guys, I'd be nothing. But together we are strong, and we can always help each other. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Let's jump into the lower time frames. Okay, so on the 8-hour, we can see that money flow has basically come out. We have curved beautifully down to the downside. This looks pretty bearish to me. On the 10-hour, we are also monitoring that. We have curved down very similar, VWAP bouncing off the 0 line. Now, as we get into these shorter hourly frames, I think 6 and under is kind of shorter hourlies, right? 1 hour is pretty tight. The 1, 2, and the 90, I check them when I'm scalping. So, but the 6, the 5, and the 4, and the 3, I check them for more of a longer term play throughout the day / next day, right? And what I can see is that we got a green dot printing, right? Can we see a curl up? Well, maybe, maybe not, right? Because when we pull the volume across this range, we can see that we have been stopped out multiple times here at the point of control. We have a huge volume node above us, right? Holding us down. Where is it? Right about here, right? This is holding us down right around $23,100, right? So this has kind of been our range as of late. So Bitcoin hasn't done as much as the other markets, as you can see, but naturally we want to trade the range. So where is the range? The range is right here. Bada bing, bada boom, up top here and down low here. Now, if you want to be a little bit more cheeky, you can definitely throw in a box up here and maybe look for something here. But we can find more confluence for you guys later down the line. Now, let's go into the 5 hour and the 4 hour, and we can see that we haven't had anything too significant that's saying, hey, we're going to go up or we're going to go down. It kind of looks sideways right now, and we're waiting for a bigger move. We're waiting for a decision, what the market makers want to do, right? So we can see that here we have some sort of bullish divergence, in my opinion. It's not too clear, but to me, it looks a bit bullish. These wicks are very hard to read. You can see that they're very close, right? So it's maybe a double bottom, but obviously with this beautiful, divergence here, right? With the lower lows and the higher highs, this can probably bring us up maybe over time, right? You can see it over here. Now it brought us up to here, and then it's been rejected with a reversal. Then it's brought us down for a double bottom, right? So it hasn't been too significant, right? Not too significant. This move was pretty weak sauce, in my opinion. So what are we looking for? I'm looking for a swing failure pattern down below here. Now, this is my level at 22,500. Now, I have this level because of the value area low, obviously down below where we've touched, right? But I'm looking for something a little bit more significant of a failure pattern. And that could be like what we just looked at with the bullish divergence, except for it to be maybe on a longer time frame, or something with a little more volume where it comes down, touches, and then boom, off to the races, right? But we haven't seen any big decisions on Bitcoin as of late. We've seen this slow creep down after the pump to the top, after the federal interest rate rate hikes, but obviously it's trickled down. Now, I want you guys to know that Jerome Powell and all his buddies there are speaking this week at the World Economic Forum and all those things. So maybe people are waiting to make decisions if he continues to be hawkish or dovish, depending on what he says. Maybe people will make different decisions then. So remember, we have the golden cross. This could move up in the short term, but in the long term, I think the death cross will bring us down. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to pull a fib from the top of this range to the bottom of that range, and we're probably bouncing off of it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Lines up perfectly with the top of these wicks, so you could have gotten into a short entry right up here, right around 23,133, right? And then if we pull another fibs, because we're fib pulling masters at this point, right, we can see that maybe we work our way up and we hit this spot. So these are my two areas. If you want to take them down, that's great. But as you can see, we got a volume area up here. We have a psychological level at 23,000 right here. Bing. So in between here and here would be a good area for maybe a retrace and a short entry if you're looking for that entry. So we have our bullish scenario and we have our bearish scenario of entry points into the market. Now, if we come up to these areas with significant volume and we're moving at a quick pace, I would not be looking to trade it. I would be patient and I would look for the value area high, which is up here at 23,390. So around here, around 23.4. This would be my area. Also know that the 786 is also a good stopping point. So be careful, use good risk management, look for more confirmation, whether it's a bearish divergence, whether it's a swing failure pattern, whether it's exhaustion on the price where it just can't seem to get above it, right? So maybe it comes down, right? We're seeing that a bit right now with Bitcoin. It can't seem to get below this. it seems to be just bouncing around down here until it has some further confirmations. So my further confirmations would definitely be short-term golden cross, long-term death cross, right? So keep those in mind, keep the levels in mind, and be safe out there, because we got to know how to trade this range, because it still is a range, right? Yes, we've had these moves significantly higher, and we do have an alarm set up here if we do move too high, and we do have an alarm down here if we do move too low, right? I'm going to move this down a little bit because it's touched it all day today while I'm at work, and it's driven me a bit cuckoo. So it's down a little bit lower for an entry point, okay? So let's look at how I got into this ETH trade. Ethereum entry point 1648, right? 1648. Going over to Ethereum, we can see that we have come up just like Bitcoin with the news. Boom, all the way up 1648. Well, you can see that we got in right around here. How did we get in at the top of this peak? Well, we were coming up on Bitcoin, as we can see, same spot on Bitcoin right here with the reversal pattern, exhaustion, right? So always use Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Matic because they all tend to follow each other very similarly. Look, if you switch between them, you know, they're all very similar, right? So with this, I saw price coming up. I saw the first wick here. I saw complete exhaustion. Then I saw the second wick come up here, and I was like, okay, I'm going to enter here. Because of the exhaustion, I was looking also on the 4 hour. I could see on the 4 hour that we were coming up. We were coming up, and we could not stay above here. We were starting to curl down on our VWAP, which was also very bearish in my opinion. And then if we go over, I believe it was on the 1 hour, where when we looked here, we could see this big red dot printed. You see the big red dot? Yeah, it's like Clifford the red dog. And it printed, and then obviously we curled over and dropped, right? So that's how I got into that trade. I didn't pull a fibs, but I'm sure if I pulled the fibs to the swing high to the swing low here, oh, it bounced off the 0.5. So the fibs wouldn't have helped you too much if you're looking for the golden pocket, but in my opinion, I could see on Bitcoin that we were getting exhausted, and I was already in a short trade on Matic, and I had taken profits from my Bitcoin trade. So to me, I was very bearish sentiment, and I could see that we looked like we were going to continue moving down, even though Bitcoin had bounced up to this level over here. Now with the Matic trade I gave as well, and I have quite a good entry. I believe it's somewhere up here. 255, yeah, somewhere up here. 255. So with this trade too, it was back here, and I saw this peak, and I saw, oh wow, we're overbought completely, and Bitcoin was moving down. So I just jumped in and wrote it down, took in profits here. It's come back up. I haven't added to the trade. Maybe I'll look to do that later on this evening, but I will be keeping an eye on Matic. But right now, I'm in a Matic trade. I'm in an Ethereum trade. Maybe it's time to get back into Bitcoin. So like I said, with my Bitcoin ideas, it's definitely swing high to swing low. I'm going to look around the 0.5 or the golden pocket here, and look for confluence throughout with volume, right? With the volume profile, I can pull over here and look for these areas as well. Now I'm going to give this in the Discord like I always do. So don't forget to join us in the Discord. Always trying to help out the fellow traders, and try to help extract profits from this market, right? So be cautious out there. Be careful. Remember, golden cross, death cross, very bullish and very bearish signs. Now one's on a weekly, one's on a daily, right? So which one are you going to trust more? I would trust the daily short term, and I would trust the weekly long term, right? So short term bullish, long term bearish, right? And remember, we are overdue for a retracement, right? When we go out on the daily, we get rid of all these levels. I'm going to add these, I'm going to add these to my levels so I can share them in the Discord. But remember that with all these levels, there has to be a retracement. So with this retracement, where am I looking? Well, to me, let's turn on the FRVP. If you don't have the paid version, use the fixed range volume profile, but I'm going to use the VRVP. I'll throw that on. It'll give me some volume. I always change the settings to 200. Helps me. I like it on the right. Some people like it on the left. Personal preference. But you can see coming in around 19,300, I think would be a healthy retracement. Why do I say this? Well, when we look at this range, we can see that if we drop below here, we don't have too much holding us up. We do have this previous range, obviously, from here to here. But if we lose this FTX scandal and we drop down into this range, I do see us moving in between here. We also have that cross, I believe, with the moving averages. It's around here. We also have a Fibonacci. If we pull it from the top to the bottom, it's around here. So there's a lot saying that we could retrace. But you know what? If we do retrace, that is still very bullish in my opinion, because with a movement up like this, as you can see, and then a retrace down to here, right, 19.3, that's still, to me, very bullish market structure, right, and a healthy correction for the markets in general, right? Now, if we work down and we put in lower lows significantly, right, if we curl over here, we come down, right, and then we keep, maybe a 5-way structure, that could be bullish because then we'll have a 3-way corrective, right? Maybe a 1, 2, 3. And if we don't put in a significant higher high up here, I see us heading further down, right? So it's something to watch. It's something to be cautious about. But yeah, I'd look for a little bit of a push here because of the news, and look for companies coming out with the reports this weekend. I know Google's coming out with some new AI on Wednesday, which could be bullish for Google. Always keep an eye on the other markets to keep confluence throughout, right? With the Dixie, we're pumping, so that's bearish. With the S&P, we have obviously gotten out of this trend line. We are bouncing off this 41.84 trend line. Can it push past? That would be bullish as well. So there's mixed signals, but be cautious out there. Use good risk management. Trade the ranges. I'll be in the Discord to help with any questions or anything like that. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. Peace out. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hoya.